So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Who Talks First, the first one of the new year,
Woo!
right? Sure, I already might be lying.
No, I'm pretty sure you're right.
All right, I am one of your hosts. I'm CT.
I'm Solo.
And welcome, because we got our first big piece of Star Wars news today.
Yeah.
This morning, and I immediately went to Solo on Facebook, and I was like, wake up right now, we need to talk about this, because the episode 8 title
Released.
was revealed.
Yep.
And it is, drum roll please, it is The Last Jedi.
Woo!
And I'm really excited. It's getting a bunch of really insane reactions from a lot of people.
I just realized I need to put my phone on silent.
Alright. And, so basically, a lot of people are really worried about Luke right now.
Yeah.
But Luke has always been known as the Last Jedi, so for me, right now, where I stand is I think this is more of a Luke who's back kind of title. That, if that's not his first line in the movie, I'm walking out.
It's not gonna be, I'm sorry.
Walking out, just being like, peace.
Alright, well, I'm gonna sit there and watch the rest of the movie.
I'll see you later. Just let me know when he says Luke who's back.
It's not gonna.
So, I think the title probably has a bunch of meanings.
Yes.
One, I think it's just kind of a reference that Luke is back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think that means Luke is gonna die. People are like, oh, the Last Jedi, that means Luke is gonna die and Rey is gonna be the Last Jedi. But we've had, like, I don't want to say confirmation, because this was just like an interview when someone called Rey a Jedi, and Daisy was like, no, Rey's not a Jedi. And this was well after 8 had filmed, when she had this, like, discussion where she's like, I don't think she is. Like, you can be Force-sensitive without being a Jedi. A Jedi is a title that's earned.
Right.
Just because you're Force-sensitive doesn't mean that you are a Jedi. There's characters like Maz, and there's characters like Ahsoka who left the Order. And so, yeah, again, we have lots of things to discuss. It's in a red font. That's...
Ooh. And we got leaked that Rey is in a dark outfit in the next movie, so...
Yeah, if you guys, so sort of spoilery, if you guys want to go into this movie totally spoiler-free, I don't want to say it's, like, you're not going to get any, like, plot details, it's just her outfit. So,
Right.
There was a very blurry picture that was leaked of a Hallmark ornament featuring Rey in her Episode 8 outfit, which to me looks like Sasuke from Shippuden.
Yeah, it does.
If you want to visualize it, think of Sasuke in his black outfit, not his white outfit from Shippuden. So it's like a black vest. She has something big and bulky hanging around her waist. It looks like...
like white armbands.
And white armbands.
Yeah.
So, Sasuke, Naruto fan.
Yep.
Ryan Johnson, Naruto fan confirmed.
Yep.
We already know that John Boyega is a Naruto fan.
Do we?
When they were doing their press tour for Force Awakens, they went to Japan, and he was like, my mission, like, eat ramen,
right.
be Hokage.
That's right, I forgot about that.
So, today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about what early predictions, because we know nothing about this movie.
Mm-mm.
Basically, we know that the movie starts off right where we left off in TFA.
Right.
So the opening scroll is going to be, like, just Star Wars, The Last Jedi. Just watch The Force Awakens.
Right. Rey has been standing here for 0.2 seconds.
Luke has yet to say anything.
Alright, let's go into the movie.
The pans down, still standing there. Because I'm also curious if it's going to start off with that shot. We know it takes place that place in time.
But it might cut to someone else instead.
Yeah. Because, I mean, fingers crossed, because I want Kylo in a bacta tank. That's what I want.
You want that to be the opening shot?
For science reasons only.
You're like, ooh.
I find the science of bacta interesting.
So interesting.
Strokes chin.
Completely naked? Who said that? Not me.
I didn't say that. Even Luke had, like, weird whitey tighties on. I'm like, at least give you, like, some boxers.
Yeah.
Space boxers.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
There's no underwear in space, Courtney.
That, you know what? You're right. I forgot about that.
Underwear.
No underwear.
That's what George Lucas said.
I hope they stay true to all of this fine George Lucas established lore. So I think we'll either start off with a Luke and Rey shot,
Mm-hmm.
and just get that out of the way where Luke will just be like, why are you here?
He's like, hello? That's my saber.
That's mine. And a lot of people are kind of theorizing that Luke's gone a little bit crazy, so he's kind of being like a little Yoda-y, where he's kind of just a little loopy now. I can see him being just like...
Maybe in the beginning. Maybe.
I hope it's not that.
I don't want him to be like that, though.
No, I don't want him to have lost his mind, because I think he needs to be stabilized for like a lot of reasons. I mean, obviously, I think he's going to talk up maybe to himself a lot. Just because, like, he's been alone for a long time, for about probably 6 years. And...
Maybe when he's, like, on the island and once they take him off, he'll be fine. Like,
Yeah.
that's the only way I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Is, like, maybe the island's affecting him somehow. Because we're under the assumption that this is some crazy island that, like, keeps people there.
Yeah, that is our assumption, though.
That's our assumption. This is our running theory.
In this prediction, which I'll probably make just a shortcut, better thought out theory video about it soon. I'm a fan of the theory that Luke is actually stuck on Ahch-To, that the island doesn't let you leave. It is the first Jedi temple.
Mm-hmm.
So Jedi temples are weird. Man, they can make the Force do some crazy stuff, and I think this temple doesn't let you leave until you're, like, a balanced Jedi. And there's reasons why I think this. One, because Luke's character, to me, it doesn't make sense that he would abandon his family.
That he would just run away.
Especially after all he went through with Vader. He didn't even know Vader, and he wanted to save Vader. The fact that his nephew, who he essentially had a huge hand in raising, and he, like, that's his sister and his best friend's kid, and he would just leave them? And he knows that probably his sister and Han, like, their marriage was falling apart, and he would just leave Leia like that. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Especially considering in the middle of his training with Yoda, he finds out that Luke and Han are in trouble, and he's like, I gotta go save
Leia
them.
and Han are in trouble.
What did I say?
Luke and Han.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Leia and Han.
I'm just gonna make that clear, just so people in the comments are like, what are you talking about?
Right.
There's not two Lukes.
He's like, my friends are in trouble. And Yoda's like, no, you can't leave. And he's like, no, this is super important to me. I gotta go.
So, exactly. I feel like that's so out of Luke's character to just...
He's like, I can't do this anymore.
To go into exile because he's, like, ashamed of what has happened. Which, sadly, I think might be the case. I'm going in with low expectations.
Right.
I'm going in waiting for Rey Skywalker, and I'll just do that thing where I'm like, it's bad writing.
And then I'll just be like, Courtney, how dare you have made me like Star Wars? It's bad. How dare you?
How dare. But, so yeah, we had, like, the theory that Luke is stuck there. There's some reasons why we think this. We've just heard rumors. Again, none of these are confirmed rumors, but they could be. So, potential spoiler alert that, 1, Kylo's ship crashes onto Ahch-To, and 2, the Millennium Falcon at one point sinks. So, it just, if you have both those things happen, it just kind of brings me under the impression that this island is taking away your way off.
Right.
It's just like, you know what? You're not ready to leave, so we're not gonna let you.
I am a wise Jedi Temple, and I say, no, you cannot leave.
You cannot leave. You must stay with me. I am lonely.
I am very lonely.
And we do have other rumors that Luke has, like, some animal friends on the island. Which other, like, again, if he talks to his animal friends, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, that's fine. I talk to animals all the time.
Okay, so we know that Obi-Wan kind of had a thing with animals.
I was gonna say.
Can we have, like, hashtag I'm still on Rey Kenobi, and I will be until the day I die. If Rey comes up... No, but the animals don't like her. That is one of the rumors.
Oh.
Is that this one bird thing really likes Luke, but he, like, goes up to Rey, and he's like...
I don't like you.
Get out of here!
It's because she's not a Jedi yet, though.
Yeah.
That's because Jedi are supposed to have animal friendliness. We have it with Obi-Wan, Ezra.
And I love that the skill is just called animal friendliness. But... So we speaking of Rey, we have that Hallmark leak of her potentially, like, the new outfit is blurry, but it does look black, which...
Huge symbolism there.
Yeah, Star Wars infamously known for outfit symbolism.
We got Padme in all white all the time.
We got Leia that's wearing, like, the white all the time. We got even, like, the super blatant, obvious one where Luke is wearing all black.
But it got a little bit of white.
On the inside, when it opens up at the end, there was light on the inside the whole time.
And even Anakin's outfit gets progressively darker. It always starts off, like, brown.
Mm-hmm.
I guess except for when he's a kid, he's wearing white.
Yeah.
And then he goes brown, and then he goes black.
There's a lot, in the main characters especially, big symbolism in the color of their outfits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which has me super pumped, because I want Rey to have, like, this, like,
I want her to
complex
struggle.
relationship with the dark side. I don't want her to stay on the dark side.
No.
But, I mean, I will bring up just a bunch of, like, fan theories, which, again, you can make sense of any fan theory, which, like...
Because we don't have a lot of information.
We don't have a lot of information. Like, people have made, like, the Snoke is Mace Windu theory make sense. Like, and I'm like, I don't believe that one, but you can place all the information there, and you can make it make sense. So, another prediction that I have is, and it's another rumor, is that Kylo can track Rey, because since for, like, 2 years, like, almost 2 years ago, Making Star Wars leaked what happened in the interrogation scene, or they just leaked that one happens, and they just say the consequences of this scene will last throughout all of the movies.
Which I'm fine with, because Force Bonds.
Force Bonds! Hashtag Team Force Bonds. How many times have I said hashtag this episode? A lot.
A few.
That's just what I do. I'm sorry. My store is like hashtag squadron goals.
Yeah.
So, I'm a huge fan of Force Bonds, and I think that would be such an awesome conflict.
Yeah.
I want it. And so I think, Rey being there will be the reason Kylo's able to find them. Obviously, he couldn't find Luke through the Force, but we know he makes it there.
Yeah.
Because there were, unless he's just like a weird vision that's there, just because we saw.
Which could be, especially if it's a Jedi temple.
Yeah. But just.
It could be straight from the Disney parks, where someone's got to fight a vision of Kylo.
Oh my god, that's literally just, like, The Last Jedi will be Path of the Jedi.
Yep.
Will just be that show. It's like, Kylo Ren, he haunts my dreams. Dun, dun.
And Luke's like, no, you're not ready. He's like, I can fight him.
Force push. And then a bunch of kids come out and be like, we're gonna help you!
We're helping!
Then Luke's like, I thought you all died! And they're like, no, we were here the whole time!
You haven't been feeding us!
We've been eating each other! Some of us died, but not because of him! Cannibalism!
Kylo didn't do it, we were just hungry.
That's so gross.
You're nasty.
I know, where were we? We were talking about something. Oh, Force Bonds! That's gonna happen. I'm like 90% sure of it by now. Just because of all the things saying that the quote-unquote Force Bond was a rumor from way before the movie even came out, before we knew anything about these characters, I'm not sure if it will ever be named, but I think it'll be pretty much confirmed that Kylo and Rey have a weird mind connection because of the interrogation scene.
Which makes perfect sense. Especially because we've talked about 1,000 times after the interrogation scene, when Rey, like, starts to fight like Kylo. Mm-hmm. I'm like, if you don't follow through with why that is, it's such a missed opportunity.
It is. And I'm gonna talk about the Hallmark ornament again. Her pose is literally identical to Kylo's signature pose that was used in all of the TFA marketing. And, like, her pose is exactly the same. So there's just a lot of things that they could follow through with. Something I did want to bring up is that it's a theory again, I don't quite follow, but it is interesting because, and I'll probably make a more fleshed out theory video about this later whenever I want to put forth time and
effort,
write down things. It's easier just to talk. But I think it was J.J. Abrams who said, it was J.J., who was like, The Force Awakens is about the awakening of the dark side and the villain, and the light side and the hero. And I don't think Rey is going to be the villain, you see two big awakening moments, and one, like, I don't ever see, you don't really see the awakening of the dark side in Kylo. One, you see the awakening of the light side in Kylo, because he's, like, freaking out to the helmet, being like, oh shit, I'm feeling this, like, pull to the light again out of, you assume nowhere, because he's been just a bad guy up until that point.
Right.
Like, no questions asked, bad guy. He hasn't hesitated on anything. So you see his, like, awakening. And now I know people are like, what about killing Han? That was obviously the awakening of the dark side. Like, watch that scene. He was not like, I feel evil after that.
I'm confident in my choice.
He was like, crap. I feel bad.
Yeah.
And worse.
This didn't help at all. I can't use the Force now.
And 2, like, the other big awakening moment is, like, Rey and Kylo when they're fighting, and Rey, like, channels the Force, but after that she just gets really angry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not the awakening of the light side in her. I mean, beforehand, until then, she hasn't really used any good, like, light side techniques. She can do the Jedi mind trick, but that's a little shady.
Right.
And her big awakening moment, which is with the lightsabers, is definitely more of a dark side moment, because she gets mad afterwards.
Which makes perfect sense, because how many times do we talk with, like, even in Rebels, whenever Kaden's like, Ezra, you're skipping steps. If you keep doing that, that's a dark side thing. You need to be like, have patience and go through the basics. That's what the light side is all about. When you skip steps and you just, like, plow through with anger and hate, that's dark side.
And that's literally, I feel like, Rey's story.
That's all she's done.
She went to 0 to 100 in a second. And, I mean, most of that is helpful, because I again, a big proprietor of the Force Bond theory, is where she gets most of her abilities from Kylo when they mind meld.
Right.
And that's how she even knows how to do that stuff. She just kind of has these memories that they don't know.
She doesn't know where
they came from, but she's like, for some reason I know to do this.
If I do this and this happens? Oh, it worked.
Sweet. Rey Kenobi, because it's the mind trick.
Yep.
Right? Everyone climbing through the thing, that's what I want. So, I mean, again, we'll do a whole separate podcast about the Kylo Ren redemption arc in general, because I am very passionate about Kylo getting his redemption arc. And, just like another episode, 8, Last Jedi. I can actually call it something now.
Yeah.
Last Jedi. I'm so excited.
Last Jedi.
You know, red font, so it's probably going to be a little bit of a dark side story.
Which fits in the theme of Star Wars.
Also, like, just the multiple meanings of The Last Jedi being Luke, that Luke has always been known as The Last Jedi. 2, I think The Last Jedi could also refer to, I mean, it could be plural, just the Jedi at the training camp.
True.
And we're going to learn that backstory. That's going to happen in this movie.
It's got to. It's too many unanswered questions otherwise. But.
Yeah. We're going to learn that there was probably more to that story, and we kind of know that, at least from what people have said, that Rey is a very forgiving character, so we have to assume that this backstory is somewhat sympathetic. It's not just he was mad and killed all of them.
Right.
Well, I still think he was the one who obviously killed them. I think there's more to this story, like that the other students were going to turn against.
Maybe he heard about Grandpa, and he was like, Grandpa's killed kids.
So same with me.
I'm just going to kill all the kids.
I think maybe perhaps the other students heard about Grandpa, like heard about Vader, and they were planning on turning against Luke.
Maybe.
Or Luke and Ben and their family. Because I know that, especially in Bloodline, they make a big deal of that.
Right.
Of Leia being really afraid for what's going to happen to Luke, and the Senate even being like, that we can't trust Luke.
Right.
We need to go get Luke. And we also know that Ben's kind of hiding his Force powers a little bit. It's never brought up that anyone knows Ben is Force sensitive. Because though I definitely think not necessarily made, but they were quiet about it just because they were worried about him. So they didn't want, if they knew something bad was going to happen, they didn't want everyone to know it was him. They're just like, good old Ben. He's just on vacation.
We sent him away to a boarding school.
He's there. He's in Canada for a while. He'll be back. And you know what? The Last Jedi can also refer to the Last Jedi Order. Maybe because we're, with fingers crossed, Obi-Wan and Anakin somehow make their appearance.
Oh my god. If they're in a Jedi temple and we don't get visions of Jedi talking to them, I'm gonna be so upset.
Well, I mean, honestly, that could be, like, it's all, if you're just taking all these potential meetings for The Last Jedi, if they're at the first Jedi Temple, you're seeing all of these...
Let's talk to the Last Jedi.
The last ones.
Let's talk to them.
They're all there. So this is all about the previous Jedi. Jedi, like, the last doesn't have to mean there's only one left.
Right. Especially because the plural of Jedi is Jedi.
I mean, you
It's
know...
not Jedis.
No, it is just Jedi. And, I mean, it's like the last Airbender. There's more Airbenders.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't really necessarily have to mean that a lot of people are like, Luke's gonna die. And, I mean, I hate to bring this up, but, like, Luke's probably not gonna die.
Yeah, right.
Just, given the recent situation with Star Wars, I assume, even if Luke was planned on dying, they're going to
change that.
They're going to change that.
You can't have all three main characters die.
Yeah. And, I mean, as horrible it is to talk about, and I'm sure, like, we'll discuss it more later when it's just not so
fresh,
because it's still just weird to talk about and hard for me to talk about, obviously, because I'm getting teary already. But, like, I think if Luke, for some reason, was dying in this episode, they would have changed it.
Yeah.
They're going to readjust that. Like, I don't think Luke was going to die anyway, because I think people need to realize Luke is the main character.
Yeah.
Luke's the one that... He's not like Han, where Han was the sidekick.
Yeah.
Like, I love Han, but...
Luke was the last hope.
The New Hope and the Last Jedi.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes.
And then...
I combined them in my brain.
You did. And...
He is hope.
But I just love the Return of the Jedi into The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi. Sorry, Luke, your return was not great.
It could also, immediately what I thought of was, like, when I heard the title, it kind of made me think that, like, Rey turns away from the Jedi, too. And Luke would be like, no, you're supposed to be the new generation. And she's like, I have no interest in being a Jedi.
That's what I think. I kind of think Rey will not be a Jedi, especially with the things they've said and things that Daisy said. And she's like, no. She's not training to be a Jedi. Oh. I think she might just more be there. I mean, I'm sure Luke will guide her through some stuff. Mm-hmm. But Rey's there.
But the rules to the Jedi Order are bullshit.
They are. They are bullshit. And,
it's like, wait, you're all alone here? He's like, yeah. Jedi are all about, like, solidarity and stuff like that.
And also,
no bonds.
I'm super stuck.
Yeah.
Do you have a ship? Let's go! And then it just sinks. God damn it.
Damn.
Also, I mean, I shouldn't say I'm on Reddit a lot. I just see theories from other places. Every theory I see about this act totally forgets that Chewbacca and R2 are also on this island. And so that's why I don't hold any validity to them.
Right.
I'm like, Chewbacca and R2 are there.
Yeah.
So, and like,
stop pretending that they're not, because they absolutely are. They're not gonna die.
They just died down there. Looks down, both of them are just killed. Like, oh.
Well, whatever. Let's continue on with the movie.
Especially if, like, the theory that the Falcon does sink is true.
We saw them.
So the Falcon has to be there. They can't just leave on another ship. They're there. And
didn't we see them off the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah.
We saw them standing there.
Yeah. They get off as Rey's climb, and she was like, bye!
Yeah.
I can't walk up those steps.
I'm not climbing.
No. R2's like, I could technically float, but...
I'm lazy.
You go tell Luke to get his butt down here.
You tell him to come down here. I'm old.
Well, honestly, like, I'm sure they're going to be on the island for a little bit, but, I mean, Rey's mission is to get him to come back, so Chewbacca's like, alright, we'll be here for 10 minutes. Get him, just tell him to come down, we're waiting.
I'm gonna leave the engine running. Get him down here.
I love that. I think that's absolutely...
R2's like, tell him I'm here, he'll come down.
He'll come.
He's got to miss me.
So, like, Rey just forgets to mention that R2 and Chewbacca are also there. So they're stuck in the island for, like, a few days. And then, like, she's like, oh my god, I totally forgot about Chewbacca and R2. And Luke's, like, busts in. He's like, R2? Just runs.
And R2 zaps him. He's like, why'd you shut me off?
Come on, you bitch. Yeah, I'm like, you turned me off, man.
You shut me down.
I was with you For all this time.
And you shut me down.
When the temples were burning, I was there, and then you just put your hand on me.
And you shut me
Shut
down.
me down.
That's cold.
You're always shutting me out, Luke.
You're just like your father. Luke's like, ow, R2, really? It's like,
And then Luke's like, wait, you knew my dad? And then R2's like, oh my god, I kept this secret for that long?
oops.
I'm so good at secrets. Where's 3PO? I need to tell him.
I also knew your mom. I was her droid, technically.
What? Yep. That never came up.
I was her, like, security droid.
I knew the whole time about everything.
As well.
And then he was just like, they didn't wipe your memory? Like, no, just 3PO.
He's
Trust
the
me,
chatty one.
I don't get it either.
Not a lot of people can speak droid.
So,
But your dad can speak droid. Sometimes he would beep boop at me.
that's like one of the scenes I'm so sad that they cut out of Revenge of the Sith. Was it horrible?
Means
Yes.
right. Oh, no, wait. That means left.
It's so bad, but it's so good at the same
So
time.
funny.
Oh my god.
That was totally a George Lucas scene, and then they were like, George, no, it's too ridiculous. He was like, well, fine.
Well, it's fine. Okay. Fine. I guess.
But it makes sense. If he understands droid, he should be able to speak it too.
Like,
No, it's not physically possible.
George, that's so dumb. Just stop. But I'm like, it's hilarious.
It's so funny.
I mean, I'm hoping for the Force Ghosts that they'll show up.
I want it so bad.
And again, like, we can only say so much about rumors, because rumors are rumors, and like, I could make up a rumor right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm making up a rumor right now that
Ghost Anakin will show up.
yeah, spread it like wildfire. It's so easy to just like say things
Right.
online for people to believe it. But there's also like there's been that Hayden and Ewan were both fitted for costumes for this movie.
You know, if that's a rumor, I'm gonna believe that rumor.
I'm just gonna believe it until
I'm just believe it.
Date Bayo. And I guess we should talk a little bit about Finn's storyline,
Oh yeah.
because I think basically what's gonna happen here is, I mean, the title being The Last Jedi, we're probably focusing on Rey, Kylo, and Luke.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we obviously know there's going to be, there's Finn's character, the whole Resistance side of things. So we're going to have the Resistance war side of thing and the Force side of things. Finn's going to be with, the Resistance.
He's gonna wake up first of all.
He's going to wake up. We have this, picture of a Bacta suit that he was in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they put him in, a Bacta suit. But for some reason waited until way later to put him in it.
Maybe they needed to wait for it to be delivered.
Maybe they're like, we got it from Amazon and none of us had Prime, so it's gonna take
And it's a war, so I mean it's gonna be a while.
It originally came from the Hosnian system and that blew up, so
Yeah, it's very complicated. They had to send us a replacement.
yeah, so now I'm like, because I don't know how long it's been, the time where Rey gets back to the Resistance base to when she leaves. I assume it's supposed to be, because they say the reason why 3PO gets his arm back is to signify
That time
has passed. So I'm like, is that
And
a
Rey's
week?
outfit changed.
Yeah.
So.
I'm guessing it can't be. I'm gonna go with it's probably been a week or two.
Right. I don't think it's been much longer than that. Doesn't
No.
feel like it.
But Rey sees Finn right before she leaves,
Yeah.
and he's still not in that Bacta suit. They're just really waiting.
Yeah.
Like, we're hoping he's gonna pull through.
Yeah.
Your friend, he's going to be just fine.
He'll be fine. We have this Bacta suit, but we can't put him in it till he's been asleep for 3 weeks.
That's how science works.
Yep.
And that's why Kylo's gonna have that huge scar across his face. Because
You gotta wait a bit. Otherwise you look like Vader.
well, people may note, the Bacta can heal scars, right away. So when people were just like, Star Wars has the technology to heal the scar across Kylo's face. And then probably the people in story group was like, oh yeah, crap.
Shit.
They just, Hux was a dick and just didn't put him in a Bacta tank
And
until...
said nope.
He was like, nope. I'm gonna wait till you're, almost dead. And then Snoke was like, dude, just do it.
I can't have him die. Oh. Okay, fine. We'll throw him in a Bacta tank.
Fine. Rumors Hux dies in the beginning of the movie, which I would be A-okay with.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That Snoke is just like, you fucking failed.
Yep.
Boom!
Good. Oh, I love it. I want that to happen so bad.
Same here. Fingers crossed that he dies. I mean, and I know we get like a, hold on one sec, guys. Alright, good. I'm like, don't press the space bar because that pauses it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But we good. We
good.
almost failed the podcast, but we didn't do it. What was I saying? Oh, we have a new villain played by Bianca del Toro.
Oh.
So that would, like, honestly would make sense for Hux to get killed off fairly early.
They're like, bring him in!
So, yeah, they kill off Hux, and then it's replaced by Bianca del Toro's character.
Yep.
I
can't wait to see what they do with him.
It's gonna be really interesting. I've heard a lot of rumors from,
That's
like,
one
Bounty
spoiler
Hunter.
that, like, I super don't want.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I want his design to be a surprise.
Yeah. Because from just, I've heard...
He'll
Bounty
probably
Hunter,
be...
I've heard, like, he was part of the Republic, but he was, like, kind of like a bad Republic guy.
Yeah.
And
I'm kind of picturing him, like, they're probably just gonna make him, like, a Boba Fett type character, just because that design does super well with people.
And, well, I mean, we have Phasma. We know Phasma's still alive. I think that's been guaranteed. Maz is there somewhere. Resistance is probably, like, we'll be fighting the war. You'll get your action scenes there.
Yeah.
We have Kelly Marie Tran's character, who every rumor has had her as Finn's love interest.
Right.
Every single one. We've had some rumors where she kind of betrays them at the end, but that could just be people placing the Lando plot on her.
Ah.
So, there's a lot of these rumors that I'm like, are you just placing, like, the Yoda arc on Luke?
Right.
Like, I do think Luke will probably talk to animals, and Rey will be like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I was alone for 19 years, and I didn't talk to much anything.
I didn't really talk.
I
was very lonely. And that's why, if she's Luke's daughter, I'll be pissed.
Well, alright, just for those of you who don't know, because, we could have a bunch of new people in this podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. But I'm going to explain to you the Skywalker timeline and how it doesn't make any logical sense for Rey to be a Skywalker. Because a lot of people were a big fan, and at first I was too, that Rey was part of the Jedi Training Academy when Kylo turned, and Rey just was able to escape, and Luke dropped her off on Jakku to, like, keep her hidden.
Uh-huh.
And while parts of that could still remain true, the Rey being at the Jedi Temple while Kylo destroyed things is absolutely not true whatsoever, because Kylo has not been on the dark side that long.
Right.
He's been there he turned at most 6 years ago in the plot line. So he's only been there for around 6 years. At most. And Rey's been on Jakku for 15. So that timeline just doesn't
line up.
Doesn't line up. And so Luke would have no reason to be like, I'm just going to leave my kid on this island and take care of my nephew instead. Why does everyone want Luke and Han and Leia to be, like, the shittiest parents ever?
Yeah, why? Also, why would he just be like, yeah, I'm going to leave you with this gross alien who pretty much alludes that he's going to rape you in the novelization.
Yeah. He's gross.
Why would he leave his young daughter on a desert planet to work her whole life to, like, feed herself with a gross alien he doesn't even know?
And then there's also, like, okay, well, if maybe Luke didn't leave her there, but maybe, like, the mom did, and the mom... But I'm like, are they really gonna have that horrible, like, Luke has a daughter he doesn't know about, when Luke is super force sensitive and in tune with his family? Like...
He would have been like, bing!
It's super plot devicey that he didn't know that she existed.
Yeah.
Or, like, didn't go looking for her in those...
Years?
I don't know.
In all these years? If Leia can sense that Luke is in trouble, galaxies apart, you think that Luke, who's very much in touch with the Force, wouldn't be like, I feel a presence. It's soft. It's growing. Years, and then a few months later, he's like, oh, it's a person now.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go look for this.
I'm gonna go Luke for this. Right? Right, Ben? where you've been?
Where have you been all my life?
And then
Come over here and let me look at you.
poor Ben. He just like calls his mom. He's like, Mom, Uncle Luke won't stop saying puns at me. I want to change my name so he can't keep asking me where I've been.
She's like, well, he gave you that name. What?
Like, I never met Obi-Wan Kenobi, and your dad thought he was a load of shit. So that was Luke.
Luke named you. I let him name you because I knew he'd never have a kid.
It's just so much. I mean, we'll see in episode 8. I'm waiting for all the dislikes to come in, being like, Rey Skywalker is the best, and shush, all of you. You're all wrong.
You'll never change my mind.
No.
Rey Skywalker is the reason that I haven't bought a Rey hot toy yet.
Oh, same here.
I will hate the series.
And like,
not gonna lie.
There's part of me that still expects it too, just cause.
Me too, because you know what? Before, like, 2 years ago, let's rewind to 2 years ago me, I was like, Star Wars is bad.
So,
I don't like it.
I don't trust it to necessarily make the best decisions, even though they've come out and said a bunch of stuff that's like, that alludes to Rey not being a Skywalker, but, you know what? You just gotta wait till The Last Jedi.
You gotta wait. And they might not even say it there. Because
I think they are going to say it there.
I sure hope so.
Because
I don't want the third movie reveal.
No, that will be it's going to be, Kylo's probably the one that tells her that it's probably going to be like the almost Vader Luke scene, but it's like, again, I'm kind of maybe in the boat if she isn't nobody.
Luke never told you about your father.
And it's like, you're my
Nope.
dad? No, how old do you think I am? I don't know, man.
I don't know, you're a monster.
Sometimes you look like you're 17, and other times you look like you're like 50. I don't know.
It depends on who's drawing you. It's like, what are you talking about?
Like, look at these comic books, man.
You're like 70 in these.
You look older than Han.
He's like, who would draw me like that? I'm gorgeous.
I'm gorgeous.
Look at my hair. I'm a puppy. Don't feel bad for me, please.
So, I mean, I think that right now I'm in the boat that Luke is maybe the one, I don't want to say that killed her parents, but it's like his fault or the Jedi Order's fault or the Resistance's fault that her parents are dead.
Yeah, maybe.
And
unless they're the shitty, like Empire people.
Like, again, but they could be Empire people, and like they're like, well, we killed them for a reason. But again, it's like when it's your parents, it's your parents, and it's still like,
you're like,
I was alone because
you killed them.
You killed them, even if they were shitty people. Because, yeah.
No, you were alone because they left you there. It's like, no, they never.
I have like a bunch of like, it's just so hard to like pinpoint down because again, I have the, like if I'm following the nobody theory that her parents were just shitty people and traded her for a ship to leave, and were like, hey, we don't want a kid, but we really want to leave Jakku because
but we really want a ship.
So, we'll give you this lifetime slave, Ankar, if you give us the ship to leave. And he's like, you know what? Sure. Perfect. It's a person that I barely had to pay anything to work for me.
Awesome.
I don't have to pay her at all. I just give her food.
Yep.
Aces.
And really only enough food to survive.
Yeah.
There's enough food so she won't die.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Last Jedi announced. I'm getting excited.
I'm getting really excited now that we talked about, like, maybe the Last Jedi will show up. I'm like, I want Force Ghost Obi-Wan and Anakin so bad.
I'm thinking it's referring just to a lot of
different
things. You're like, we get the backstory, Kylo's backstory, we like the Last Jedi, like the Last Jedi
order,
and then Luke being the Last Jedi, and we'll see. Darkseid Rey,
or at least struggling Rey.
Yeah, struggling Rey, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Wearing a black outfit Rey.
Yeah.
Kylo landing, being like,
you look good in black.
This is good shit, man. Yeah, thumbs up.
Then he's like, shut up, I don't like you. And he's like, oh.
But our outfits look so good together.
She's like, shut up!
Leave me alone.
I'm angry! I'm just angry now. I'm a ball of anger.
And I'm like, oh, you're so cute. There you go. Look at your little bobbles.
Your bobbles.
Your hair.
I don't want her hair to change. I like her hair bobbles a lot.
We know she does have them for some of it. Because of one, it starts off exactly where we
Yeah,
left
it's true.
off.
She had hair bubbles then.
Yeah.
I don't want her hair bubbles to change. I think they're cute.
I do like
I
it.
like the hair bubbles.
I mean,
Like, what else are you gonna do? Put her in a ponytail? Lame.
her hair might be down for a little bit. That's another thing we've heard.
Oh.
So,
Well, I guess it's okay. But I like hair bubbles.
like space buns.
They're cute.
But yeah, Last Jedi, announced.
Maybe,
Coming out?
yeah, maybe, I'm sure you'll hear from us again about Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, this was definitely just our very first episode 8 video. Early predictions. Really, I'm excited. And Star Wars Celebration coming up. So excited.
Yup, you're right.
I'm kind of surprised that, again, that they released the title
Before.
but not with a teaser. I thought for
Maybe
sure.
that means that we're gonna get, like, a nice trailer at Celebration.
I hope so.
We're gonna get a nice trailer at Celebration.
We're gonna have to figure out how long we're gonna stand in that line to go.
Oh my god.
I assume that if they have a trailer that's showing there, they're going to show it more than one panel.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to assume that because
You have to. You
Yeah.
have to, like, have the initial panel, and then you have to play it on every screen
Yeah.
as you're walking by.
because it's not like Comic-Con where there's one Star Wars panel
Right.
and then everything else. Like
Yeah.
this is a Star Wars convention.
We're gonna be talking exclusively about Star Wars.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait for our badges to show up in the mail.
I know. I want Hera or it's like
I got a better chance, unfortunately.
yeah, because you get your 3 badges.
Yep.
You did get your badges.
Oh
right?
yeah, I bought them
Alright, good.
immediately. When you were like, they're selling out, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I didn't get to get a 4-day badge, but I got
But you're not gonna be there
3.
Thursday anyway, so.
I mean, I land on Thursday, but
Yeah.
I'm
But
probably
not till later anyway, right?
I don't remember.
I just know
Not
the
enough to get a badge for Thursday.
Yeah,
Let's
because
be
then
real.
the time difference. We're gonna like plan our vacation just
Yeah.
right on the podcast. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We are maybe on iTunes right now, so
Maybe.
subscribe to us on iTunes.
Yes.
I finally sucked it up and just paid the money to get on iTunes. And subscribe to our channel, Knights of Rant, for more just vlog videos and other podcasts. And
And we'll see you next time.
we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.